I'm going to go with the suggested theme for the evening of going out with a bang. People's lives can go out with a bang. Physically, and I suppose that can't ever be very good, unless your name is P.T. Barnum, and also emotionally, which can be wonderful. Now, my father and I were always very close. My father always wanted a son, and one of the reasons he gave for always wanting a son was so he could take him hunting and fishing, to which his brother-in-law, my Uncle Melvin, would invariably reply, "Sonny!" That was my father's nickname. His name was Sumner. He said, "Sonny, you never went hunting or fishing a day in your life!" Which was true. My father was an irrepressible jokester. He also liked to say that he would hope to live long enough to become a burden to his children. Whether he did or not is a subjective matter, but my father did have Alzheimer's disease the last several years of his life. Toward the end, he was very confused, almost nonverbal. He went out with a whimper, not a bang. Fortunately for me, we had our deathbed conversation many years before, and my father was still very much alive and healthy. During that time, many years before, a friend of my wife's lost his father to cancer. My wife and I paid a condolence call to the house where the father had lived, and our friend took us out back to show us this incredible garden that the father had designed and overseen during the final years of his life. We walked through sliding back doors, and there, this hillside rose up behind the house, lushly planted with flowers, ferns, shrubs, small fruit trees, and the best feature of all was this small man-made stream that started in one corner, came down to about the middle, where it culminated in a waterfall that cascaded down into a goldfish pool. It was beautiful. It was a little bit after sunset as we stood there looking at this garden, and our friend explained to us that one of the gifts that terminal cancer can offer those involved is a time, toward the end, when the people affected, the stricken person and the friends and loved ones, have a chance to talk, really talk, about things that don't normally get discussed, the undercurrents. Our friend said that he'd had some incredible conversations with his father, and during this time he'd had a chance to tell his father, "I love you." He said, "I think everybody should do that. And not necessarily wait till someone's too old or too sick or too dead to do it." I stood there in the fading daylight looking at this garden, and I thought, Well, not long after that, I was in the car with my father. We were going someplace, I don't remember where, but Sonny was driving. And I brought up this visit, this condolence call, and I mentioned what our friend had said and told him about "I love you." And "Dad," I said, and all at once I felt very awkward and a little bit foolish. But I plunged on ahead. I said, "Dad, I feel that we've been very, close over the years. And that if something were to happen, say, tomorrow, I feel that we would finish very square with one another." Well, that's how men talk, maybe, how people talk. I'm not really sure. You probably think I wimped out. But I can tell you that it can be a little tricky saying "I love you" to someone unless you do it on a regular basis. But I feel that I was being fairly direct, and I believe I got my point across, because my father said to me, in inimitable Sonny fashion, "Wow, you're trying to get rid of me so soon?" Those were his words anyway. But what was behind those words, I knew. I could tell by the way his eyes were sparkling what he was really telling me in return.